All right, I'm going to work on some more question and answers while I'm sitting here. First one, I just saw a video. This is Mike, 2011, an old video of you stepping on the handle of an old combat centenarian to loosen up the handle. Do you still do this on the bats today, the newer bats that they have out right now with the newer technology? Let me tell you the reason why I step on handles. I've always done it. I've done it for 30 years. I used to do it with the aluminum bats a long time ago. I would step on the handle, loosen the handle up, because it would loosen the handle up on an old aluminum bat. The old aluminum bats, when I'd get them when they're brand new. I've always done it, and I found out that a lot of these senior bats, if you step on the handle, it'll actually loosen that handle up a little bit to make it where you put like a 500 swings on it, and the way it would flex. Now, I don't do it now, and the reason why is because the bats nowadays aren't built like the bats 5-10 years ago. They actually got a little bit more flex in the handle. What I would used to do it, like the combat we're talking about, always had a stiff barrel on it, a stiff handle on it. So what I would do is I would step on that handle, try to loosen it up. That way I'm giving you guys an honest review, and I don't miss that. Like when I tell you at the end of the video, it has a stiff handle, I want to make sure it has a stiff handle. So that's the reason that I would do it on bats that were stiff when I was swinging them. Nowadays, if I grab a bat and it feels a little stiff to me, I'll do it just to see if I can loosen up that handle a little bit, get a little bit more performance on it, because I think I don't get a lot of performance on my bats whenever the handle's too stiff on me. So I'll do it. I'll do it to my bat every once in a while, not all the time, but I'll do it to my bat every once in a while. The one thing you have to know, that the bats that I have, my top tier bats, on top 5 bats, usually have a pretty good flex in the handle. So I really don't do it to those bats. It's the bats that are down in the list that I try to get some flex out of that handle, and I don't know when it's going to open up. So I'll step on it to try to get to prematurely open up. That way, when I tell you guys it's the handle stiff, well, the handle is stiff. So that's the reason that I do it nowadays. And I don't think there's any big difference in the handle between now and handle between back 10 years ago. Only that they flex a little bit better. That's the only difference that I see in it now. So I really don't have to do it as much now. So that's the reason. And guys, I mean, I've heard a lot of you guys talk about me stepping on the handle. It just prematurely breaks the handle in a little bit, makes it flex a little better. I think you guys that swing balance bats need to do it, because you don't have that mass on the end to help that handle flex. So that's just my opinion. This is from William. I still find it difficult to hit balls that come in low in the zone that hit in front of the plate, but you almost have to bite on that pitch if you have a 2-strike count. Is there any videos out there that can demonstrate how to hit that pitch? Me and Billy are actually going to start, and I've actually got a few of them on the side, are going to start doing these informational videos, because to give you a prime example, my son's been hitting. My son's 21. He's been hitting with us, and we're kind of teaching them the way we hit. The way we hit is different than the way everybody else hits in their videos. So we got a different approach to when we hit. I mean, if you guys ever watched me hit or played against me, I tomahawk the ball. And I think the more tools you have, the more weapons, I call them, you have when you come up to the plate, I think the better player you're going to be. I just don't have a one-dimensional swing. Billy doesn't have a one-dimensional swing. Billy is the best low ball hitter I've ever seen, ever, bar none. So we worked out there training my son, talking to my son, giving him instructions on, I'm talking to him how to hit the high pitch, Billy's talking to him how to hit the low pitch. Because a pitcher's not just going to sit up there and just throw it to you. He's going to work you. He's going to work around the plate, especially if you've got 2 strikes. The question that he's asking, and I'm going to kind of give him before the video comes out, I'm going to kind of give him what I would do if I was getting fooled on a low pitch. The one thing about me is I stand up in the plate, and pitchers will still try to pitch me short. What I do is, in batting practice, I train to hit that pitch, and I do not try to lift the pitch. That's a problem that a lot of you guys have out there, is you'll try to lift that pitch to try to get it over the infielders. I try to hit that ball down and hard through the infield or by somebody. Usually it'll be down the line, and if he throws me short and outside, I'll hit that ball opposite glove hand side of the pitcher. Very hard balls to catch. Down the line, opposite glove hand side. So in batting practice, I will train to try to hit that pitch. And guys, I mean, too many of you guys out there, and I heard the BP Hero guy, Jesse, talk about this the other day in one of his podcasts. What you guys need to get away from is taking that same pitch every time in there and just hitting that one pitch in your zone. Try to take pitches that are around the plate. I'm not talking about pitches that are ungodly around the plate, like way short or way deep. I'm talking about try to hit pitches around the plate and then develop yourself as being a bad pitch hitter. Because everybody out there, they're going to have 2 strikes on you, and they're not going to lay it in there, guys. I'm telling you right now. So kind of get away from hitting that same pitch every time in your zone. And I'm not saying don't get away from it completely. Take some pitches where you're hitting it out of the zone and then practice on what you're going to do with that. So, but we do have some videos coming out on that, guys, in the future. This one's Aaron. This is Pitch Safe. He asked me, I kind of got confused when he asked me this. He asked me, is it okay if he can put my website on his website? Well, I read it wrong because I have one eye and I was just looking at it real fast, and I read it wrong, and I thought he said, he put his website on my website, a link. And I messaged him back. I said, I already have you guys on my website. And I'm going to do a video on this too, guys. Pitch Safe, I've had mine, and I want to show you this, guys, in a video. I've had mine for 10 years. I have not replaced any parts on it. And if you guys watch my videos, that thing's been beat to hell. It's been whacked. I mean, I've got cracks in the fiberglass and the poles. I actually got to buy some new poles, but they got interchangeable parts too that are pretty cheap. But Pitch Safe is costly. Okay, it's not your cheap run-of-the-mill shit that you go and buy like at Walmart or shit like that. It's a high-quality pitching screen, and I highly recommend. I mean, if you guys watch my videos, I don't plug a lot of shit. I really don't. I've been offered to plug a lot of shit, and I turn them down because I really don't believe in them. I really do believe in Pitch Safe, and I've had in between Pitch Safe 10 years, I've had other people send me some pitching screens, and I'm looking, I'm like, oh, this is a piece of shit. And it doesn't take long to put together and put up and carry it with you. I mean, it only weighs 22 pounds, 23 pounds. And we actually, my team has one, Crush, and we take it everywhere we go and travel. And we'll put it up. It takes seconds to put up, and you use it. And I tell you what, I've never been hit in 10 years through that screen. You guys seen the shots that they hit up the middle. So that's Pitch Safe. I'm going to do a video on that one, guys. Is it better? I didn't even know the guy's name. Looks like Lewis. Is it better to hit live pitching or machine pitching like at D-bat? And guys, I've done videos on this too. I am a firm believer in live pitching because you're actually watching it coming out of the pitcher's hand, for one. And another thing too, the balls. If you're doing live pitching, you're hitting your own balls. You're hitting a D-bat, you're actually they're pitching out of a machine, and you don't get to actually see, they're actually shooting it out of a tire, right? 2 tires, and they're shooting it. You don't get to see it delivered out of the hand. I think it's always better to hit with live pitching, but if you don't have live pitching, the second best would be take it out of a machine just to get some swings in. I'll run the D-bat and put my little card in there, and I'll take some swings just to get loose, especially after I work out. The next day after I work out, I'll get up there and I'll take some swings. That's the only way I would do it. But to get ready for a tournament, I have to do live pitching, and I used to got to do it 2 or 3 times before I go to that tournament, a week before I go to the tournament. This is from Mike. Dave, can you give us your vision update? I have, by the time you guys see this video, I will have had cataract surgery. I am 5 months out of retinal detachment on my right eye. My vision is distorted. I can't see anything far away. It's real blurry and real wrinkled. They call it a wrinkle. Every line that I look at, it actually has a wave in it. Like if I look at a piece of paper, the paper is wavy. Up close I can see, but it's still got that wave in it. If I look at names or numbers, the numbers are crooked. It's kind of weird. And I called it pixel before, but it's a bigger pixel now. I don't know if that's going to go away. I talked to the doc the other day. He cleared me to have cataract surgery. He said I do have cataracts in the right eye. And by the time you guys see this video, I've had it because this video is coming out. I already got another video coming out of question and answers before this one. So, and as before the cataract surgery, by the time you guys see this video, it's going to be after the cataract surgery. I'm just doing videos that way I can give the eye a rest. I don't have to look at anything. I don't have to look at any computers. I can give the right eye a rest. And they said I'll be out for another 3 weeks, and I can't pick up anything, can't lift anything. So what I did was I did all my lifting and hitting all the way up to the surgery. I'm going to hit twice before I have the surgery. That's already happened. And I will give you guys an update. The one thing I do want, the crookedness I can kind of get away with, but the problem that I have is everything I see in the eye is further away. Everything this eye is regular. Now, I talked to a guy the other day that actually did measurements on my eye, on my right eye, to get down what size lens to put in it. Now, I was talking to him about when I looked at the eye, everything's far away, like at least 20 feet away, everything on this side. And he was talking about the thickness of the lens. So he said that could be the lens. I'm hoping, because that would suck if my depth perception kind of came back and they fixed the cataracts, but I had bad depth. That's going to suck when I'm playing softball. Watching the ball come in. I'm struggling when I hit. If you guys seen the last video I put out, I kind of cut out some clips because my hitting kind of sucks now because of the eye, and I'm looking at it. I get on a roll every once in a while, but I go back to hitting the ball, and that's all because of my right eye. I don't have any long vision. In other words, I'm farsighted. I can see everything close up. I just can't see everything a long ways away. But hopefully it'll clear it up. I'm hoping by the time you guys see this video, and I'll probably give another update a week after y'all guys see this video on how the eye is coming around. But they say it's looking good. Other than that, there's another surgery I got to have, and that's after I get back from the Smokies, and that's basically what they did when they were I don't know if they damaged the nerves in the right eye, but I have a droop in this eye. It kind of hangs down, and it obstructs my vision when I look to the right, and I can't have that when I'm playing sports. So they're going to go in and try to fix that to bring it up further, to bring this eye up. So that's what I kind of wanted them to do, and I've already got scheduled surgery a week after I come back from the Smokies. But I'll let you guys know on that. I'm going to document all this stuff that I'm doing. That way, if somebody goes through the same thing that I went through, I want them to see that, if everything goes good, that there is a chance they can come back and play at 100% of what they were before they actually got the injury. So that's the reason I'm doing all these documents, to put it on YouTube where somebody can get out there and look and say, hey, if this guy did it, I can do it. So that's the reason I'm doing all this, and I'm documenting everything. I've got a up-to-date video coming out, and I'm actually what I do too is, I always do this too, is I carry my phone with me in a doctor's appointments. Doesn't matter what it is, and I audio tape everything that he's talking to me about. That way you're not only hearing it from me, because I've got a ton on my surgery and everything, I've got a ton of audio on what they're going to talk about, what they're going to do, how they're going to go in, how they're going to approach it. That way, if I put that on YouTube, a lot of you guys that have this problem, that has had this problem, can listen to it and get other opinions from other doctors on how they're going to fix it. And if it worked for me, guys, anybody could get out there and do that. All they got to do is do the research. So that's it. I want to get these question and answers. I'm doing videos right now just in case. I don't know how long I'm going to be down from the surgery, and I'm doing these videos to kind of get you guys some stuff to look at. That way I don't know if I'm gonna be swinging. What he told me is I can't play ball for another 3 weeks after the surgery. So I'm kind of, after 3 weeks after surgery, I'm gonna kind of get back into it a little slowly, get back into lifting to be prepared whenever I go to Reno. But I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks.